Secretary, thank you for your service to our country. You bring up the fact that Americans in a war zone don't have to register with the embassy. I think we've talked in the past about requiring Americans in designated dangerous countries to register, and I look forward to working with your successor to do that, because you point out how difficult it is for the embassy and to deal with these situations. Before I get to Afghanistan, back in May, you agreed that you would look at designating the Popular Resistance Committees, the third biggest terrorist group operating in Gaza, as a terrorist organization. They are responsible for so many deaths, including 3 Americans. This committee voted for my bill to so designate them. Do I have your commitment that in the next 2 weeks, your department will make a decision as to whether to designate the Popular Resistance Committees a terrorist organization?
If we can complete the work necessary to go into that, yes. I don't know if
well, I asked you to do it in May. How many years does it take?
Well, as you know, there's a lot that goes into these designations. Making sure that we meet the law, and if we can complete that work, we will.
When you were here in the past, I think you correctly told us you inherited a deadline. You did not inherit a plan. The gentleman from New Jersey argues that we should have stayed. But that's after Trump released 5,000 bloodthirsty terrorists. Had we stayed, would those terrorists, including the current head of Afghanistan, who was also released by Trump, been able to, would they have been willing to risk the lives, every one of those 5,000 risked their lives in order to kill as many Americans as possible?
That seems highly likely. I can't speak to every one of the 5,000, but certainly many of them went back to the fight.
So we we went into Afghanistan. We drove al-Qaeda out. We accomplished something in the George W. Bush administration. In Obama administration, we killed bin Laden. We stayed in Afghanistan for the whole Trump administration. 63 of our best and died. 57 came back without the president bothering to be at the ceremony with their return. The question is, did we accomplish anything during the Trump administration? Did we get a better deal in 2020 than we could have gotten in 2017? Now, the deal we got in 2017 was total surrender. The only requirement was that the Taliban not be a center for international terrorism. They have that obligation anyway. They did not commit themselves to protecting our troops on the way out or our embassy on the way out. And moreover, the Taliban is not in violation of the Trump agreement when they hold 12-year-old girls as sex slaves, kill every LGBT person they can, kill any Afghan that converts to Christianity. So the deal was the weakest ever, and it had no enforcement. So couldn't we have gotten that same deal in 2017? And would 63 more American soldiers be alive if we had done that then?
Look, in fairness, I think we have to ask ourselves about our ongoing presence in Afghanistan after we got bin Laden. We had dismantled al-Qaeda. We'd removed it as a threat. We got the leader, the guy who attacked us.
So we got something.
We need to look back at this entire period.
But clearly the Trump years, 4 years of death of American troops, and we accomplished absolutely nothing. We signed an agreement under which the Afghan government is free to use 12-year-old girls as sex slaves and to kill those who convert to Christianity. Some 11 to $13 billion of U.S. weapons were sent by Trump and scattered all over Afghanistan. And this committee has put forward the idea that we should have somehow collected those weapons from men who wanted to keep them and who were armed with those weapons. Could we have accomplished that without any significant American casualties all over Afghanistan collecting the weapons?
No, we could not.
Would there have been hundreds of American casualties in your estimation?
I can't give you a number, but certainly there would have been casualties.
I yield back.
Gentleman yields. Let me announce also that Mr. Sullivan, National security advisor has agreed to testify before this committee on December the 17th at noon. And I insisted on behalf of the members that all members be able to participate in that